and learn more about issues that concern you the most. You'll be witnessing strong, powerful women talking about issues that affect women development in society, gender equity and equality, especially in Sierra Leone. And you'll be hearing, you'll be getting advices, you'll be getting so many advices from them. You'll be hearing issues, solutions, they'll be coming up with so many things on how we can actually develop women, empower women till we reach this goal of gender equality in Sierra Leone. I am super, super, super pumped to be chairing and moderating this program this morning, the symposium organized for you all. And I really do hope that you're here with all of your heart, all of your mind, and everything it takes for you to gain as much as you can gain. Because as I said earlier, this concerns you the most. So in that light, we're going to go straight to it, and we're going to have our very first panel discussion this morning. And I'll start introducing our speakers. The first speaker is a recent graduate from Skidmore College, NY. She's graduated with BA in Environmental Studies. She's currently doing her fellowship with Elkuni Center in Kenya through the Prince in Africa Fellowship. She is very passionate about the environment and issues affecting women. She is the founder and currently runs Woman for Woman. Interesting. A social enterprise that produces and sells reusable sanitary pads for girls and women in Sierra Leone. We problem them beaucoup. And we do have so many people here this morning from different backgrounds and enterprises doing things, to push women empowerment, to make women more comfortable in order for us to be able to push and achieve this sustainable gender goals. And this woman is just as beautiful as the woman who welcomed me described me. She's just as pretty, and she is Haja Aisatu Ba. Is that all? After all you're going to gain from her? Thank you. Interesting. Next, we have a very young woman, a 16-year-old student attending the Malama Comprehensive Academy. She's an SS2 student in the science department. She lives with her parents and enjoys reading. She aspires to be a doctor and a female leader like the mayor. She is the only girl of 3 boys. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Alimatu M. Kagbo. Our final panelist for this first session is CEO and founder of FB Customized Weddings and Events, and also events director, Life is Beautiful. She plans, coordinates, designs, and produces weddings, social occasions, and non-profit as well as corporate events. She is a highly recognized national wedding planner and decorator and industry expert. Over the years, she has executed and designed corporate and social events with many clients that include, amongst others, high-profile celebrities and reputable companies. She is the organizer of the prestigious Sisters' Choice Awards. And events which celebrates and honors women who have succeeded in various facets of life. She's also the convener of Refine, the event industry conference in Sierra Leone. She's recognized for her ability to seamlessly create unique events. She has more than a decade experience in hospitality and decoration. Her warm and enthusiastic personality, along with flawless precision and attention to detail, has helped contribute to her success and client satisfaction in the event industry. Her vision and passion for the mission that perfection is truly in the details have set a high mark in FB customized weddings and events commitment to excellence. She holds a Bachelor of Arts degree in English Language and Sociology from Furabe College, University of Sierra Leone, a wedding planning certificate from Penn Foster Career School, USA, and an event planning certificate from Allison. She's also she also sits on the board of Vocal Drift Inspire, the first talent reality show in Sierra Leone. She's an alumni of the IVLP for small entrepreneurship and small businesses development. She's married with a son. In her free time, she enjoys singing and reading while remaining dedicated to her church and her women's group. She's here to discuss, but since she enjoys singing and reading, we never know what may come. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Madam Kumba Kamara. Okay, voice fine. All right, here we have them. These are our first panelists for this morning. They are going to be starting our discussion this morning. And they'll be discussing on the development of gender equity in Sierra Leone. The development of gender equity in Sierra Leone. As I mentioned earlier, they're coming from different backgrounds, different facets of life. So we're going to be hearing their opinions, knowledge they've gained all throughout their lives, and they're going to be sharing all of these things with us, especially on development of gender equity in Sierra Leone. So I would like to start with you, Madam Kumba. Good morning, all, first of all. All right. Oh, yeah, okay. All right. Okay. Okay, so our first question this morning, what do you see that tells us that we have room for improvement in terms of gender equity?
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much. Happy Women's Day to every one of us. It's I'm delighted to be here. And as the question says, what do I see? Can you repeat that, please?
What do you see that tells us that we have room for improvement in terms of gender equity?
That's a good question. Well, in Sierra Leone here, well, as in all around the world, we find out that female, women, girls is prime. And there's something in the hearts of many young women, and that is what is going to lead to that development. That is what we call passion. A lot of young ladies, when it comes to entrepreneurship, when it comes to academia, when it comes to all facets, you see that there is passion to push. You see that there are a lot of girls and women who want to do something. And for anything to thrive, for any organization to grow, for any human being to develop, and for any country to be sustainable and stable, there must be passion in the hearts of people. And that is why you see in Africa, say, oh, if the leader has passion, then things will change. So if for us in here in Sierra Leone, I think the passion is one key thing. There might be other things that will lead to development, but if there is no passion, there's never going to be development, there's never going to be change, there's never going to be improvement in the life of a young girl. And I think that is going to lead to where we get a room for improvement in Sierra Leone.
Right. That's interesting. Very interesting. And Haja, you're an entrepreneur, and most definitely you must have been passionate about something, that drove you to that route. And what does gender equality in entrepreneurship look like to you?
That's a very loaded question because, yeah, there are female entrepreneurs in Sierra Leone, but if we were to look at the platform, they're not enough. Just like it is globally, you see all of this companies making profit, a lot of billionaires, but how many women are CEOs? If you check all of these big companies that we all admire. And I feel like that is the same for the entrepreneurship arena in Sierra Leone. There are women that are thriving, that are doing their best, that want to make change and are stepping into this, platform. However, there's so many obstacles, mostly because they are women, because that is the precedent that have been set. If you are a woman, you cannot achieve this. And as a woman in the entrepreneurship world, I can tell you, men feel they are entitled to that platform. They feel they created it. They feel they own it. The patriarchy is surrounding that whole platform. And I'm going to say to young girls out here, like, all of that is unnecessary. It's false. Like, men don't own anything in that platform. Like, if you're passionate about it, at a very young age, I knew I wanted to effect change in my community. I did not know what specific issue I wanted to tackle, but I knew it had to do with women and girls in my community, because growing up, they were the people that always received the shorter end of the stick. And I said to myself, I don't want to run an NGO. I don't want to run an organization, because I want something profitable. I want something that is sustainable. I want something that if I create it today, the next 10 years, it still exists. There's enough revenue for it to be running. I want to learn the know-hows and just get around this whole concept of the patriarchal entrepreneurship that's already existing. And it's really tough. I'm talking as if I already have a handle on tackling the situations. Every day I face the challenges, and there are a lot of women out here that have like decades of experience in the entrepreneurship world, but they still face these challenges. And I want to say I really appreciate these women, because it's because they crawl that we can fly. There are women out there that have proven to us that things like this can happen. So we saw these women and we're like, okay, we will do it. And to every man out there, like, just give us our space. We don't owe you anything. Let us soar in our platform. Let us take up the space we have to take. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. We don't owe you anything. Let us take up our space. And if you don't let us, we're taking it anyway. We're not waiting. Thank you so much, Haja. That was brilliant. Thank you so much. And Alimatu, what would Freetown look like? What would it look like to you if gender equality goals were met?
Like for me, I always have a thought that, and then my dream to become like a mayor. Really?
Aren't you going to clap? That's huge.
And then, if I have that way to do it, and then my dream is to become a soldier, to doing the army like a doctor. That's my dream. But I want to advise you guys out there, my following students, my colleagues out there. This is going for the mothers here. I want you to have someone that you admire a lot, so you can't let down on anything, okay? Because if you have someone by your side in this country that you admire so much, even you want to let down of something, you can't oppose it, because you can turn around and say, wow, I have someone that I admire a lot. So let me follow this up. Let me follow this person full step, and then so I can be someone in the society. You can't let down anything. I've gone through a lot in my education, but when I look back, my parents don't have much. I always thought, I said, I want to be like this person. So I thought faith for me to be someone in this country. And I'm going to give you an oath now. By the grace of God, in the future time, a woman is going to lead in this country. No matter what is going to happen. I'm saying this now, and then I'm persisting on it. One day, a lady will be rolling in this country. That's no one but the mayor of this country. The most mother in the whole world that I always admire in my life. Okay, thank you. I rest my case.
Thank you, Alimatu. That's brilliant, and it's brave. It's really brave of you. Your dreams are huge, and you most definitely are capable. And coming back to you, Mrs. Kamara, you've had all of the dreams that Alimatu have shared, that all of the things she aspires to be. What would it look like, really, if they were materialized in in this society, in a society like ours?
Thank you again. For Sierra Leone, I would say, Sierra Leone is a country where women want to thrive. But the only thing that's impeding us is the monopoly that the men take over the things that we should be handling. But again, with the force and with the energy we have, I know it's possible for Sierra Leone to get to that point where Halima is saying, is it Halima? Yeah, definitely we're going to have a woman president here in Sierra Leone. I do support that. Yeah, because when a woman leads, things change. There is so much that a woman brings to the table. There is so much that the girl who is in Sierra Leone, who wants to move, makes the effort and does all that she's supposed to do. So much can happen in Sierra Leone. You find out that when a woman leads, especially here in the Freetown municipality, we saw so many changes that happened here because it's led by a woman. I'm not being biased, but then I think it's because of her leadership, her style of leadership, her enthusiasm, and everything she has that makes things go forward. And you also find out that when women control these multinationals, telecoms, businesses, you find out that these businesses and these ministries they head grow so much. And you find out that all the structures are changed because there was just one way, the man way, the patriarch way. That is how we want to do it. This is how we want to do it. But the woman is a mother. So she encourages, she trains, she helps the people that are below her get up to her level. She doesn't think that because they are women, they should stay to that corner. That's what the man will tell you. But the woman will want the other woman to come along and see how we can make a change in the nation and see how we can make a change in the community we live in and see how we can help other people grow. But there's an issue that we have. It is not every one of us here in Sierra Leone as women that do want to lead, that do want to make the change. You find out that when I was coming up, I never had a mentor like Halima had. Because there was no one for me to look up to. All the women were high up there and you couldn't reach them. And in fact, you didn't even know what they did. So you were not able to say, I put a finger on that woman. This is who I want to look like or who I want to become or what I want my future to be like. But now you young girls do have a lot of people to follow. You have a lot of people to look up to and say, this is the woman I want to become. I love the way she moves. I love what she has done. I want to copy that good example. You do have that right now. So it's an opportunity for you to be serious in yourself and say, I want to make a change in Sierra Leone. There is a problem. There is a need. There is a gap. I need to fill that gap. And so when a woman or when a young girl has that in her mind, has that conception and everything, it is going to be easy for us to move up along in Sierra Leone. One woman cannot do it alone. But in our own generation, if we fail to set that platform, if we fail to create that ecosystem, then all you young girls are going to inherit a failed generation. Then we cannot be able to make it. Then we cannot be able to support each other. So it's a clarion call for all you young girls out here to know that we can make it. We all can push and make Sierra Leone become the nation we want it to become. So I challenge you today as you go back home, as you go back to your schools, to make it an effort that we want to push Sierra Leone forward. We want to rule Sierra Leone. We are going to back our predecessors and make sure that whatever they want, we help them move forward. And then when you come into the platform, when you come into the space, it makes everything easier. I'm not saying things will not happen in our generation. It will, definitely. But then there are generations that are ongoing and that will live after us. And so we have to prepare them for that. So, exactly. Thank you.
Are you prepared? Are you prepared? Are you prepared to conquer? All right. Okay, so Haja, having heard all of what Mrs. Kamara has said about taking up our spaces, preparing, and so on and so forth, let's come to, she's talked about what it looks like in society, but then in business, being an entrepreneur, what would it look like? What would gender equity look like in business?
I think my simplest answer to that will be realizing that women's issues are global issues. Like, for example, I work in the field of menstrual hygiene, and half of the world menstruate, or half of the world will menstruate. Half of the world are women, not by choice. It's biologically proven, like, I cannot control my period except otherwise. And we cannot even have those complex conversations about controlling it, especially in Sierra Leone. Now, you look in the business world, especially in Sierra Leone when it comes to sanitary pads. If I were to ask every girl out here, when you start seeing your period, what do? You just go buy a pad. How many girls here knew like there were different sizes to pads? How many girls here know that there are different absorbencies to sanitary pads? How many girls out here know that there are other menstrual products out there other than sanitary pads that are disposable? There are tampons, there are menstrual cups, there's a sponge, there are flex discs, there are reusable sanitary pads, and the whole, how do I say, I don't have the right word to it, so for lack of a better term, the whole community that is like addressing this issue is not doing enough, especially in Sierra Leone. And if you look at it, even the Chinese products that come out here in 2017, there were over 1 million products that came to Africa that were expired from China. Nobody talks about it today, but those are disposable pads that you can put on your vagina and have yeast infections or other vaginal infections that can lead to diseases that can affect your reproductive health, but nobody wants to talk about it. I can tell you how many times I have sat in a conference where there's so many men. Once you start talking about menstruation, they shy away. Once you start talking about issues affecting women, they pretend as if they do not understand, giving you the normal excuse, no to me business, me no know. Like, it's not acceptable, because every man, I don't care, whether you have a wife, a daughter, or girlfriend, you come in contact with a woman every day. And you make it hard for the women out there if you do not educate yourself on these issues that are affecting them. Today, if you go to the entrepreneurship world and the business world and say, I have $1 million idea, they say, what is it? You say sanitary pads. Nobody looks at you. But you know how much the sanitary pad market is worth in the African continent? Over $9 billion. Because this is a business that will never run out. Every month, for 5 or 6 days, there are women out there who will see their period. So the product, it's a need. There's a need for these products out there. But just because men are disgusted by it, we have to keep quiet about it. How many men do we know that produce sanitary pads, how many men are invested in these issues? They do not care because, again, it is not a man's issue. So going back to it, it's really hard navigating like this arena. And now, from my personal experience, I sit here and think, okay, there's another girl out here, or maybe many girls out here who have solutions to issues affecting women, which are entrepreneurial. And one thing I'm going to say as well is, when it comes to women issues, we've totally labeled it NGO. It has to be charity, it has to be donor work. Nothing from women's issues can be profitable or monetized. And here's the thing, women invest a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of talent in creating these products, in bringing up these solutions. So there's no wrong in trying to make money out of it, as long as it's for a cause, like you are solving a solution out there. Just because you're solving a humanitarian solution or something that affects women, it has to be NGO or donor work. So it's really hard, like, navigating that atmosphere. Like, you try having a conversation with somebody, they're all invested until they're like, oh, now free? And you're like, no, it's actually for sale. They're like, oh, they don't want to buy it. But it's not free. It takes a lot of money, a lot of energy, a lot of time and resources into putting this product out there. And in other countries in the world, it's profitable. If you go to Amazon and type eco-friendly sanitary pads, you see something for like $49. People buy it because they appreciate it. They know what it means. And I feel like that is the awareness we need to bring into this country. Like, wherever there are men, make them uncomfortable if you have to. Bring up these issues. It is not your job to make men feel comfortable. They have to go out of their comfort zones to understand issues that are affecting us. Because if half of the population is experiencing a problem and half of the population do not want to hear about it, there's never going to be a solution. So we have to create that platform where we have to make them uncomfortable and talk about these issues. And I will keep on doing that. So I challenge every girl out here to keep doing that as well. And if you haven't done it, start doing it.
How many of you girls out here today can talk to your fathers about your menstruation? Wow. We probably have about or over 100 girls in this room, and not even up to 10 can talk to their fathers about menstruation.
Like me, as for me, I always, when I start the month, like the beginning of the month, I told my father I'll start seeing my time and menstruation. Say, okay. And then when I end it, I even tell my mom that I've ended my menstruation. So, okay. That's all.
So how does your father take it?
My father will just be excited, like said, okay, now I know that.
He's sure that you're not pregnant, huh?
Yeah, because I'm fond of boys. I like to mingle boys. My attraction, my behavior, all of it with boys is only two friends I have that they are ladies as well.
Okay. All right. So what one thing do you think you can do, Alima, to that can create a positive impact, in this gender equity in our society, in the quest for gender equity?
Like I was saying just now, when you have someone that you admire the most, you can't let down on anything. Not only to be like that person, but to create something that will motivate you to do more than that person have done in this country. Like me, my dream is to become like the mayor, but I want to achieve more possibility, more than what that woman have done in this country. So, like for my advice, girls out there, focus on your education. And then if they give me the way to work with you girls, I think that we can stand up and move with our corresponding space in this country. We can motivate more things in this country. doing planting things out there. We can be the top. So any man cannot take advantage over us. And then I'm pleading with you, focus on your education. Whatever your mom or your dad advise you to do, just do it. So you can go the true way of your education. But if you neglect all of those things, how can you reach up there? You can't, right? I'm saying the truth or false? Why I said so is because they always say when your parents give you an advice, they are the first one that bring you into this hole, right? And then if you walk to that advice, you can be a great person in this society. Like me, I always admire my dad. My dad always put me down, advise me, Halima, these and these are the things I want you to do. I say, Dad, okay. When I don't want to do it, I say, I cannot possible to do it. I want my own choice. He said, no, this is not the right time because you have not yet 18 years. I said, I know, but I want to motivate my girls out there to put them into a top fight so we can defeat those boys out there. Let boys don't come with nonsense or anything to rush you because of money or iPhone. Because now ladies, they are just doing this thing. Because when they saw a boy have an iPhone, they start saying, oh gosh. Even yesterday I was inside transport. I got it. I said, no lady. I said, you can't. Like, I can't pronounce the school name, but Town School, they should put effective thing on them because they are the most people that corrupting the ladies now. Because when they say, boy, I have an iPhone, they say, okay, let me go to that boy. No, you can't. Work for it so you too will have it in the future. Not because you said that boy having an iPhone, so let me go close to the boy. You might not know what that boy wants to gain from you because of that iPhone. So this is a sensible thing I'm telling you guys. You should put a point out of here. As for now, I don't have anything, but I always focus on my education. I always do. I work with people that are very educated. I admire them a lot. I don't go close to people that don't value books. No, I can't. Because I want to give a positive state in this country. And then there is the most people out there. Look at the mayor. Look at the president, the first lady. They are out there trying to survive us. But how can we work with it when the ladies are out there teasing the boys? They think that it's the boys that they are teasing them. No, no, no. I have saw it and I have witnessed it. So many ladies are fighting with the boys to go close there. Now, that's iPhone. It can't work anymore. And I'm going to put a stop on it now. We can be, I'm not the only one to do it because I have those perspectives yet. But if we work together, we can move it away. We can move on, right? And then we can work together. Let's make a club. Let's make everything to be sensitive out there, to learn, to even you don't go to school, but even a little thing that you want to do, it goes with a paper writing. If you want to buy something in the shop, they'll give you a receipt, right? Am I saying the truth or false? They'll give you a receipt. So even though, let me say, you don't go to school, if they give you something to do, how can you do it? Without no knowledge, without an ethic law contract. How? Let's face in the fact, girls. I'm pleading with you girls. The mothers, please help us to create impacts to us, to advise the ladies, to advise the girls out there. If we saw someone at the street suffering, let us help them. Even though we don't have something to give them, but a simple advice can work with them a long way. I'm pleading with you. Press your students, press your ladies out there to focus on their book so they can achieve a lot. They can help you. You might not know how someone out the mayor, she's my mom. I always in the top of first of everything. That's like, let me say, I create an impact on me. Like I sat down one day, that's my story. I said, oh God, I want you to help me with my education, but how can I have the facilities? With my parents are too poor, they don't have much. But I try hard to reach this stage today. I try hard to motivate others. I do. I always have one person that always come close to me. I always try to defeat that person, but I can't. That is Finda Monday. The girl is sitting over there. I was trying to go close to that guy, but it can't work. But I said, oh God, you are the God that creates me, so I can do this impact one day. And then I contribute. I do this. in my own perseverance. At school, I have a club, which is for the disease of malaria. I always walk through it. I always do different things. I play football, I play cricket, I play most of stuff of games with boys. Really, some people are saying that when you work with boys, you might lead with different characters. No. It's the way you girls want to put yourself. Really. You can work with them without no direction. You can work with them without no default. But when you try to motivate yourself out to them, they can learn you a lot and lots of things to do. To be a soldier is my dream, and then I can never exit for anyone. To be a doctor is my dream. To be a civil engineering is my dream. So I have learned a lot, but I can't show people my further thing that I'm doing. I want to impact you girls. Please don't focus on the boys, because that's the only thing of distraction. These phones, when you want to study, put them aside. As for me, I don't like phone. I always like computer. But today, as the matter of fact, I don't have it. So I can only use my phone to do a research. Although I don't have a proper phone, but I manage it. You know why? Because girls should always have a content mind. That will always give you a justice. And to provide anything as well, content with what your parents have. Today you might not know. Your parents are local, but you are the one can change your parents' outfit. You don't know. Today I'm here. I don't have. But somewhere how, maybe some people are out there watching me now. They can say, okay, this girl needs to help the girl. I need to do impact with the girl. Because of they see the kind of knowledge they're saying me, the impact, and then the activities I want to create for you girls here. I can form a club. If you want to join me, you can give me the space. And then if they give us the space, we might lead in this country. Always have that faith. And I'm going to say it. A lady will become a model in this country to rule the country. That's me. I stand by it. So look at it. Look at our ladies here. Our mothers here. Just admire them. Have the faith that I want to become like this person. It can lead you a long way.
Yes.
Seriously.
Yes.
I'm talking to you girls out here. Don't follow boys. That's my main priority. Always keep your book busy. Always do what your mother told you to do, so you can gain blessing of it. And that's the reason you can walk out of it. These boys are now, let me say, if they pregnated you, they are going to school, but you sitting at home. So you see, so let's get that fact that boys are disappointed, but education can't disappoint anyone. When you educate, it's the most thing in the society. Right. You can live with it. You can go down the 6 feet. Your education will be seen in your head, right? But if you follow boys, what can you gain out of it? When you grow up, you have money. You not even have those intentions. So let me keep in mind. Like me, I'm always saying it. When I grow up, I do what I should do. I'll never think about boys. Even to get married, I can't. You know why? Yeah, that really. Because that's my main perspective. I know what the boys are doing out there to ladies. They're suffering ladies because they don't go to school. So if I'm working, boys cannot defeat me. Like you get married to me and then say, wow. You don't go to school and they want to say something here. But if I go to school, I will just step and said, if you want to fall on my feet, I can. Because I'm the one that is responsible for this house. When it comes to money, me too, I bring money in the house. So you can't have any fault of me. So let's get that far. Let's get that impact. When you're going to school, always respect your teachers. Always have the front and say, oh, teacher, because the man important thing, when someone giving you your knowledge, that person is a great impact in your life. He can watch out of that person. Don't say, oh, teacher, when the teacher says something and they say, okay, just get out. No, I've done it one time. But I always forgiven to God, that God will forgive me for that. The time that I was going to school, I always annoyed with one teacher. I said, I don't like the teacher. He always flogged me. You know why? Later on, I sat down. I said, this one is not good. It's for my own good. That's what the teacher is doing for me.
Right.
I said, now I've been in this place, so I shall always respect teacher. I kneel down, apologize. I said, okay, my dear, I'm sorry. So I want you girls to learn. Let's get in a club and move this country to a better place. Thank you.
Right. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I hope you're taking notes, and I hope you have questions at the end of this session. The yes is not loud enough. And I am so glad that we have young men amongst us today because, as Haja mentioned earlier, we can't have these conversations without them, especially when they pretend to not understand the issues, the things we face. It's actually very important that we have these conversations with you too. And I am not only glad that we have you amongst us, I am proud of you, the young guys amongst us today, to be very interested in coming here to listen and to learn more about women issues. It says a lot about you. It says a lot about who you are, your drive, your character, and I must say I am very proud of you. As we continue the session, I'd like to ask Mrs. Kamara, this is a very important question. What do you think we're missing out on in society around us by not maximizing the potential of women and girls?
Thank you very much. I'm going to answer that question, but I would like to throw light on female entrepreneurship also. I am a wedding and events planner, and I went to university. I studied English and sociology. I'm now doing wedding planning and decoration. And that came as a result of passion. It's a skill or a talent that is in the inside of me that I nurtured. Well, at first, I never knew that I had that potential to become a decorator or a wedding planner. But this was something in my childhood days. I always wanted to organize things. I always wanted to put things together. I always wanted to do something, even if it's a birthday. I want it to be different from every other birthday around the community in which I lived. I was part of a youth organization, and in that organization, we always have events. I just wanted to do something. If it was an Easter party, I wanted to call it something else. I wanted to name it, maybe the Easter Bliss, or something different that nobody is using, because I wanted to stand out. But little did I know that this was going to be where I would put food on my table from. So I always continue. I knew I was going, I said, I want to be rich in life. I'm going to be rich, but I thought it was through education, academia. So I went to college. I wanted to read law, and I don't know what happened, I ended up doing sociology and English language. And then I came out from university. I worked for a year, and I planned somebody's wedding, all by myself with a friend. And then one of my friends said, this is something you could make money out of. And then it was as if something just leaped in the inside of me. And that talent is what I'm now using to make all life comfortable for me, for my family, and I've acquired and achieved so much. The reason I'm saying this is because we're going to school, yes, but try to identify that thing in the inside of you that could help you to make life worth living for you, to help your family, to help your fellow mates, to help your brothers and sisters, and to make a change in Sierra Leone. Female entrepreneurship, that's what we call business, women in business. It will help with the sustainable development goals in Sierra Leone. Because if you find out that in Africa, it has the highest percentage of women who are business people. The highest percentage. In sub-Saharan Africa, you'll find out that 1 in 4 women, they either own a business or they manage a business. But the problem we have here is that we have little or no access to the banking systems, and we're really equipped or educated in how to manage and run a business. That's what's limiting us from pushing on. So what I think should be added to our curriculums in schools is to learn children how they could turn their passion, how they could turn their talents into a money-making thing. And when we turn our passion into a money-making thing, it impacts the economy in Sierra Leone. You find out that a lot of women, check Abacha Street, they are not educated, but they are making money. Most of them started with the small businesses. But now you find out that most of them are going to China. Most of them are going to Turkey. Yes, it's good. It's impacting the economy of Sierra Leone. But the only problem we have there is that we need a lot more education for them to be able to know how to manage their resources, to be able to add to the GDP of the country, and to help the nation go to another level. So it's an advice for you young girls. Try to identify that thing you know how to do best. If you know how to sew, it's something that will make a change. We have fashion designers, we have celebrity designers, we have celebrity chefs, we have people who are doing so much in Sierra Leone as women. You find out that the population of women entrepreneurs is growing, but then you are coming to take over. And so if we do not tell you what you should do, then you are not going to meet up to the expectations. You are not going to create the change that should happen in Sierra Leone. So I urge you guys, search deep down, there's something you love doing. You find yourself doing it all the time, but you're not sure. I'm not saying you should not continue with school. Yes, do continue with school. That will help you broaden your horizon. That will help you think better. That will help you to be able to manage the business when it comes to that time. Even a lot of people, they are doctors, they would be doctors, but they are monetizing that. It's also a business. Yes, you read it in university, but now you've turned it into a business. Yes, you will become a lawyer, but the lawyer earns money. They create their farms and they advocate and do all of those things. It's turned into a business. So there are a lot of things you could do. Skills is also on the rise now. So if you are a skilled person, you find yourself doing little things, concentrate on them, because that's what's going to put food on your table. That's what's going to make livelihood better for you. So can I go back to your question?
Yes. What are we missing on by not maximizing the potential of women and girls?
Yeah, it's so much. Sierra Leone is missing, but, well, a little bit, efforts are being made in Sierra Leone now to make sure that women are put on the forefront to handle things. So that's why you see, I think there was, it was a law, a bill that 30% of all women are in different factors or sectors in Sierra Leone. So if we give women more of this opportunity, we open up the space for us. Sierra Leone, the Nigerian man will say, Sierra Leone will blow. We will indeed blow in Sierra Leone, because the women put so much effort into making things better. We are the mother type. We are the nurturer. We make sure that we put things in place to make sure the outcome is visible, it's better, it's tangible. So if women are given more space, that's for our leaders now. If they are given more space, we're giving more opportunities. Education is open up to us. We attend these seminars. We get so much education as to how to move on. Then it's going to make a change in Sierra Leone. So that's what we're missing. It's just much more opening. The 30% is not enough. Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you, Auntie Kimba. 30% is not enough. Well, yes, it is. Right. Okay. So as we round up, this question is going to be posed to all three of you for perspective's sake. So starting with you, Haja, what do you think men can do to help in our quest for gender equity? What do you think they can do to help us, as we push for this goal?
There's so much men can do, and as a feminist, I do not feel happy saying this, but men have to do the most work when it comes to gender equity. They have to leave spaces for women to take up spaces. I totally stand by that statement. I woke up today and it's International Women's Day. I saw all the posters. It was very sad that there were men putting themselves on the face of posters, making themselves, the face of Women's Day, saying, this is what we need. Like, today is not your day. The reason we're here today is because of you, because of your centuries of patriarchy, your misogyny, your sexism, your entitlement. That is why we're here today. That's why women literally have to beg for their right. So what men can do, educate yourself on these issues. Educate yourself on issues affecting women. Don't be greedy, don't be selfish. We're here today because men are greedy, men are selfish. It's always about them. They feel they're doing us a favor. When it comes to empowerment, no, you're not doing us a favor. You don't own any woman. And I'm saying this to young kids out here. I've had many scenarios where men have told me, I left you no more because you're not a woman. Don't say that to me. You don't own me. We're fighting for the same thing. Good luck. We're equals. We're biologically different. But there's no scientific fact, there's no research that proves that you're better than me or you're good at handling stuff than me. So to young girls out here, I know we come from cultures where it's men being the head, men being the breadwinner, because again, it's patriarchy. Now so the world been there, but things then don't change. What a man can do, a woman can do today. I literally mean it. Everything a man can do, a woman can do, in all sectors. I'm not going to go too deep, but it is. And I'm going to say to every man out here today, like, I come from a culture where men pick and choose the progressiveness they want to adapt themselves with. I'm a Fuller by tribe. You see Fuller men travel all over the world. They're entrepreneurs. They go to China. They go to Japan. They go to the US. They see women. They leave those women there. They're comfortable with those women living their lifestyle. But the women they're not comfortable with are the Fuller women here because they feel they own them. And I'm going to say this to everyone. If you come from a home where your brother or your dad is abusive, find a way to talk to someone. Like our cultures, our religions, and I'm speaking to men in higher institutions, the sheikhs, the imams, the pastors, the priests, the institutionalized sexism. People quoting verses from the Bible and the Quran. We all have read those books. We know you are cherry picking what to tell the girls. There have been female leaders throughout history. It's in the Bible, it's in the Quran. Women have performed miracles. Women have led exemplary lives. And back to the question to every man out here, women don't owe you anything. If a woman tells you you're being sexist, don't ask her what she means. If you know what song Drake released yesterday and what food Kim Kardashian ate the day before yesterday, you can Google what is misogyny or sexism. Nobody owes you an explanation. And it is not your job to mansplain to women. When I mean mansplain, now when man they make like say is sabi pass woman. Even though you sabi, they feel the need for explain to you. They feel they have to explain it to make you understand better. Then men, if you're watching this, if you're listening to this, stop mansplaining to women. Leave the space. Enough with your patriarchy. Religion, culture, history is not an excuse to deny women of their right to access to resources in society. And I challenge every girl out here today, let nobody tell you nonsense about feminism. We all need it. It is because of feminism that we are here today, and we should all be feminists, okay? Read more about it.
Yeah, let me say, there was a saying, they say women's education ends in the kitchen, right? But I totally disagree. I totally disagree. Because one, let me say, now we can see the impact of a women's in the house. Sometimes their husband don't have money to contribute at home, but you can see the woman contribute for a food to be on the table, right? Like I always say to my brother, although he's a elder, but I always tell him, I say, Alima, I'm going to be the first unborn child. Just wait upon me and give me a little space to do what I want to do. I said, this, how you step your feet? I can step my feet there. They said, what? Are you challenging me? I said, yes, do. I said, because you want to back me off, but I can't because I'm the only girl child to my parents. I said, I can work more than what you have achieved for them now. I always tell them, but they started laughing. I said, my dream, one day it will come true. And then that is the time that I would say, the sister I have is not an ordinary sister. But I always thought to myself that, with the ladies, just look at this advice that they have given you. If you walk through it, you can perceive a long way. You can walk through. You can go. You can move on. You can step your feet. I said, no. So these boys out there, they lie. Like me, they have attempted it. A boy, I want you. I said, really? And I just hit the boy. He said, you want to fight me? I said, yes. I said, because you want to bring nonsense towards me. And then the other said, okay, let's go for a debate. I said, okay, I'm ready for it. And they'll go, we'll push through. They want to lie to me. I said, me? I said, I can't. Because I always read something I don't know. So I want to know that thing. I should go to school. That's the reason why my parents put me in school, to know more. I said, let's go and ask the teacher. And then when we go, I defeat the person. I said, now you should give me a bravo of a clap. He said, what? You don't want to do it? I said, okay, well, just push. Let me do something here. And they started removing the games. So, okay, this lady. Since then, the boy never disrespect me. Always the boy always respect me. Go on. Of my self-respect. Ladies should always have a self-respect. Integrity is the most thing for a lady should have. Don't take anything like say, okay, because this my friend have it, so me too, I want to have it. No. You might not know where those your friend have removed those things. You might not know. And they just go and push yourself out there, and they lead you to a mess. At the end, he said, okay, if I be no. That is the thing that I don't want lady to do, if I be no. Because you have already know the thought that that thing is bad. Let me ask that person where that person pull that thing. Let me know. But you just dump yourself. Like what? As for now, really, we are the ladies. We have a default more than the boys. Because why is it so? Because they always try to enter into the boy's life. Even though the boy don't want them. I've witnessed it. That's the reason why I'm beside of 8. You like to push yourself to the boys. But you might not know what is the wrong institute of that thing. Of that dangerous thing you want to put yourself in. But you always say, the boys. No, the boys don't have a default. You are the one that have a default. If someone approach you, say, no, I don't want. I want to focus on my book. That is the main priority that you girls should have in this society. If you want to be a bright leader in this society. Like me, I'm going to put a stop of 8. Anyone saw any girl putting on uniform or cloth, you want to mislead of anything, I would say you want to describe the image of a girl. You can't. Because if he does something, they'll just say, all the girls. Am I right or false? It's true. So that's the main impact I want you girls to have. Even though your parents don't have much, but you can still work to eat. Maybe tomorrow you are the one that is going to make your family smile. You are the sunshine of your family. You buy no. So that's the main reason. And please, I'm pleading, have someone that you admire a lot. That is the person, if you want to let down on anything, you can't. Because you turn back, you say, wow, I have someone that I want to be like. So let me walk that true way. Let me know what I should do. And then when you walk through that way, you can be a leaders of this country one day. Thank you.
Sorry, Alima, just briefly, You know, because we're definitely here for girls and we've had lots and lots and lots of advices for girls, but what would be that one advice you would want to give to boys, even though you have said from your perspective?
As for the boys,
that-
just leave it to me, okay?
Okay.
As for the boys, oh, you think that this is kidding, right? It's not kidding. As for the boys, I'm really advising you boys. If you mess with the ladies, I can lock you up. Not only lock you up, I can bring a negative charge in you. He might not know. Maybe he wants to attack the lady, and then the lady will be like this. I'll just hit you and hit the lady. Because both of you are the same trees. Really? It's true I'm saying though. The boy, so I'm pleading. Take us out like a mother. Just be with us. Keep us safe. But don't bring negative thoughts in us, okay? Please, if you're going to school, a lady is sitting beside you, don't know anything, you can motivate that lady to do much better. As for me, if I work with boys, I think that they don't want me to know what they are doing. How? That is the time I will be mad. I said, this thing I want to know. Me too, I want to learn this same thing that you're doing. They say, but you're a lady. I said, what a lady can do? What? There is so many different things boys can do. I can do it. No matter what. They play football, I play football. They play cricket, I play cricket. I do a lot of things. They do engineering. I try to do it because my brother is an engineer. So I try to motivate out of my brother. When my brother is catching something, I'll sit down there. I said, brother, what are you doing? He said, none of your business. I said, what? I said, well, this thing I'm going to know about it. If not, I'm going to tear that paper off. Because I want to know the thing that my brother is doing. Me too, I want to do it. I might not know. Someday in any country, maybe someone can say, okay, I'm responsible for the girl. What's your impact? I can show my way. I can show my improvement. So I'm pleading with you boys. Please hold us as a egg. An egg. You know why? There is a long way, they say. A fishing hook can enter into the water, but they cannot remove it with an empty fish. So if you have those thoughts, it means a big meaning. And then please, I'm pleading, have a self-respect for a girl. Have an integrity for a girl. Don't use abusive language to a girl. That can't motivate you. Maybe you want to do something, but the word that you throw on that lady, you might not know, it can infect you. By way, you can't even express your feelings to apologize to that person. So I'm pleading, please have a self-respect for a girls and integrity. And then also the girls have a self-respect, have a pride for you. Always have this impact. Let me be a future leaders in this country. Okay?
Right. Thank you, Alima. Thank you. So you talk with so much vigor. You must be very respected by guys. Thank you, Alima. Over to you, Mrs. Kamara.
Yes, to our men out there, I would like to tell you, or I would want to advise that you let go and let us. Because, you know, the men, they're not getting the point. And I think we need to send this memo out. Women make life easy. And it's so much on them trying to prove a point. We don't prove a point. It's just natural. It happens. When women take charge, things just flow the way they're supposed to flow. So for men, I can do this, I can do that. And you know, women see through the whole 9 years. And men, they're just here, the now. And we see all the way up there. And so you even find out that in homes, when the woman say, why don't you think we do this? Why don't we do it this way? And the man say, no, I'm away we for do am. And they end up coming back to that thing you said because you've seen through it. You've weighed it. You've turned the coin, tossed it this way. If this happens, this would happen. You've weighed all the options. And you still would want to stand because I'm the man. I'm the husband in the home. I'm the man. Let it happen my way. So sometimes we let them, and then you see the things fail, and they'll have to come back to what you said. And one thing men don't know, men are people who cannot multitask. So they just focus and concentrate on one thing. While a woman can be cooking, she can be taking care of the baby, she can be ironing, she can be on the phone, she can be preparing the kids for breakfast. A lot of things that we all at the same point, and we're able to achieve them. And you find out that even the men who come through us, they find that, okay, now my mama na am enemy, because she has been effective. So the only advice I will give to men, if we want Sierra Leone to be better, if we want our homes to be better, in fact, when you let the woman take charge, she gives her best because she wants to let you know that I can do it. So I'll advise men all over the world, let's go and let us. Thank you.
We're almost at the end of this session. We'll be concluding just after you ask them your questions. Any questions? All right, yes. Yeah. Sorry, is there another mic, please? Is there another microphone?
Good morning, everyone. I have a question, and I want to give a piece of advice to my colleagues out here.
All right. Just before you do that, what's your name and your school you're
My
attending?
name is Melrose B. McCarthy, and I'm from Constance Cummings John Memorial Junior Secondary School. My advice to you, all my colleagues, you can see that the women that are here, they all have our determination. All of you should have the determination in your heart that I will be so, I want to be this. And you can do it by having the determination. And secondly, for the question, why do men really think that they are better than us?
Why do men think they're better than us? That's who wants to take on that question?
Why do men really think that they are better than women?
Let me say this. You know why? Because we are the ladies, we give them that perspective. We give them the way to enter us so they can't give us that self-respect, my dear. Have the self-respect so they'll do respect you, okay?
Right.
Or another answer can be maybe the way we were raised, institutions, history, religion, culture, society, you know, all these religions, it's now man prophet, it's Jesus, it's Muhammad, it's Buddha, it's Ragnar, it's all men, you know, but there were actually women out there. But because men got the opportunity to write history, they make a man there no more. So they feel so entitled, and by then they had leadership. So they just hoarded it. And they thought it was an opportunity for women to rule. So they started saying, we'll give you 10%, 20%, where actually it should just be 50-50. So for them, that's what they think. But reality, they're actually not better than us. And you don't owe them anything. Keep your self-respect to yourself.
Right. Yes, the Miss from Annie Walsh.
Good morning to the speakers and also my fellow students and ladies and gentlemen. My question will be directed to Ms. Haja Aisat Abalai.
Your name first, please.
My name is Augusta Campbell. So I've witnessed so many times in school, out of school, and beyond, where we have like our boys, our schoolmates that tells us that or insult us, go further to our parents. And when we try to defend ourselves or try to speak up for ourselves, they start to say like, I'm bigger than you, I'm better than you, I'm stronger than you. They try to be more violent, and most of the time they never listen or act like they are better. So I want to ask you, I'm directing this question to you, what can we do about that? And what can we do to let them know that we also have the same power they have? Because in most of the times they underestimate us and try to be violent. Maybe some of us may be stronger, or maybe we are not. So what can we do to stop that? That's what I have to say.
Yeah, I just want to give a disclaimer. I still have issues where I still have situations where I cannot express myself when they are men. It's not as if I have a total handle of the issue. You get it? However, I want to say take up space, stand up for yourself, but there are also girls out there who, not everybody is extroverted. Not everybody is as loud as me. Not everybody wants to be at the front. So I think I'll say talk to people. When I attended an all-girls school, just like you, St. Joseph's Secondary School, Esto Fidelis. I had to do that, sorry. So yes, we had male teachers, and we had female teachers. But I realized I bonded more with my female teachers, and they got to understand me better. So I don't know if you've ever been at a debate where there's Prince of Wales, St. Edward's, and sometimes they try to intimidate you. I'll say, just say what you believe. I was a very small girl when going to school. I mean, really half, but I had a big mouth. I talk a lot. I used to talk. There were times when I remember there was a time at convent, we had a debate and somebody really victim blamed to win the debate, which was okay because it was points, but I knew I had to talk. I did not win the debate, but I had to let people know that was victim blaming. That was not the right thing. The girl didn't get herself pregnant. It's not her job to, drop out of school and take care of herself alone. So I would say try to have those conversations with people around you. I ask my mom stuff like, what was it like being married at the age of 16? Sometimes she looks at me like, and sometimes when I get too persistent, she tries to connect with me. But honestly, I wish I had an answer on how really to be like, okay, man, here, this is it. I'll just say, keep doing you, keep taking up the space you have to take, and just don't ever feel like you're inferior. Like, rule number 1, nobody is better than me. That's it.
And I want to say thank you to all of you. At least I learned something out of the classroom today.
Thank you too. All right. We can take one more questions, and let's hear from the man right up there, please.
That's the reason why I was saying that there is no self-respect.
Yeah, we're not really fighting the men per se, but your claps were not as loud for the girls as it was for the guy. Who are you clapping for now?
Good day, everyone, and happy Women's Day to each and every woman in this hall and Sierra Leone as a whole, and the nation, the whole world. Happy Women's Day. It is very, very nice to be here today. First of all, women, they are great, but sometimes they give themselves or they put themselves down so that we, the men, can defeat them. And this question is for Madam Mrs. Kamara, yeah? For us, the men, we always defend ourselves. And we say, let you be or let you go. And we cannot stand anywhere in this country or the world. We allowed women to be what they want to. I have learned so many experiences. And for me, I love ladies because when I was coming up, my elder brother, by the name of Sigi Patku, he normally fights one of our cousins because we are not having a girl child. All four of us that our father gave birth to is all a male child. But anytime that he wants to fight that girl, I will stand in front of him and I will defend that lady. She was our cousin by the name of Patricia. But it's very, very, very difficult. Some ladies, you can give them all the opportunities, but they don't want it.
That's true.
Yes.
All right. So what was your question again?
Huh?
What was your question again?
Yes. I said, you can give them all the opportunity. We are having a girl in our home, and they gave her a college fee. She ate that money, and she did not attend college. She only gave fake promises, wherein say, I'm going to college. And one day our auntie was staying at America, and sent my own father, say, go to the college and check if Amiata is attending that college. One day, once, twice, up to 5 times, she's not attending. So most of you ladies, it's very, very difficult to let you be. Huh? Yes, my question, we are not allowed in. Huh? How do you want us to allow you to let you be?
Why would we want you to allow us to let us be? That's the question, right? It's funny. Because of so many reasons. Not that because we're better than you. Hello? Hello? Yeah. So it's not because we are better than you. We don't see it that way anyways. But because we can do it better. That's exactly why you need to let us be. All you've been saying, you are perfectly right. I do not deny that point. A lot of girls, that was why when I was in my first statement, I said, let's prepare our girls. Because we do not want them to inherit a failed system. We find out that a lot of girls, you really would have to push them. Even their parents would need to push them to make that change or to be able to be focused. Some of these girls, like she was saying, all their focus is on, I will do, anyway, I get for married, the man will take care of me. What do you mean? You and the man, it's a pool that you have to put into. He brings in and you bring, and it makes life easy for you. That's the reason why men marry women, they become abusive, they become violent, because there's nothing you bring to the table. So as girls, you have to, it's first in the mind. You first have to be determined. You have to be confident. You have to be the one to take your place. You have to be the one to stand up. Then no man will mess with you. And then every man will give you a chance. A lot of men will give you a chance. We're not being biased here. There are some men that are really trying to push women. That we have to give to them. But yet still, there are thousands who think we women should just be back there. We just should be relegated to the corner. Because again, some of us, the women, have made it that way. Even though society is saying, but there's a lot of campaign going on, gender equity, feminism, women should take their place. But it's like we can pass here. So if we want these men to let us, then we in ourselves have to be confident. We in ourselves have to be up to the task for them to let us. Because if we're not able to do wow and forgive you, you just mess things up. So again, I think we have to be real with ourselves. A lot of us are trying to be on that pedestal, but a lot more coming behind us. As a Haja, I would say, we are the ones who should bring them up to task. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. Let's be real.
All right, thank you, Mrs. Kamara. And just to add to what she's said, with regards to your question, Mr. Mann, I think Haja mentioned quite earlier about culture, tradition, religion, and all of these things, and history. Back then, women weren't allowed to write their own stories. So you wouldn't know that whatever men were then, there were women holding those capacities. So now that we're pushing, please allow us. And the thing is, even if you do not allow us, we're not waiting for you to allow us. We said it earlier, we are taking up our space. You will meet us at the end of the day. You will catch us as we go along. It's been, all right.
Sorry, I'm just going to say something real quick. When this man came to ask a question, there was a row of boys that laughed because they feel this is normal. Toxic masculinity. These are things at a very young age, we start normalizing questions like this and feel like we give women opportunities, they do not take it. So when I grow up, I am not going to give women opportunities. And to this set of boys, this is why we're having conversations like this today. That picking we're eating school fee, what happened? Was she eating at home? Did she have money to buy her sanitary products every month? What debt was she paying? Like, you have to go to the grassroots and understand what obstacles this person was facing. And to the man out there, one thing I'm going to say is, just because you stopped your cousin from beating Khadija doesn't mean like, oh, I love women. It always starts like that. Even a racist person can be like, I have a black best friend. You can still be racist. And that is why we're having conversations like this today, to understand that men do not owe women, like, not to them property for say, finally, I'm going to give you this opportunity and let you free. You have to see each other on equal platforms before change happens. All men in this room equal today. This boy picking and this girl picking. And I feel this is how it should be in households. Until our boys start sweeping and going to the market and start making our beds, we will not take conversations like this seriously.
Yeah.
And these are conversations that should be taken really, really seriously.
Right.
Because you're the future leaders. If you're not taking anything from this platform, then change is not bound to happen.
Right. Thank you so much, Haja. Thank you, Alimatu. Thank you, Mrs. Kamara. It's been an interesting... Sorry. We're out of time.
Please.
Quite unfortunately, Alima, we are way behind time. Quite unfortunately. So sorry. Obviously, this doesn't stop here. There are going to be lots and lots of sessions, like this for all of you who want to ask questions. And Alima mentioned something very important. You have a cell phone. The cell phone is not just for, social media, slaying on social media. It's there to learn. It's there to ask questions. There's Google. So most of all of these questions you want to ask now, you could find some of those answers on Google, just that you would have different perspectives because there are different people posting on these social media platforms. But anyhow, thank you so much. It's been an interesting session with you. And this is a start of something beautiful. It definitely wouldn't end here. Here ends our first session, our first panel discussion. And we're going for a short break. While we are on that short break, it's going to be a poetry break. It's going to be interesting. And The lady doing this for us, at Itoka, because the last time I said it, I'm not here as a beauty queen, but you always are. She was a Miss Sierra Leone as well. She's my predecessor. I'm not going to understand by the time she comes up here. She was Miss Sierra Leone 2016 and 2017. She's CEO of Adialin Fashion, Inc., a model, an actress, and a poet. Well, 9 there on paper, but she's a lot more. And this lady is Miss Aminata Adialin Bangura.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Hope you're having a lovely morning. Well, before I start, I just have to say this. I need to say this. Boys, if you mess with us ladies, I will lock you up. Thank you, Alimatu. Okay, so today I will be doing a piece that I wrote for Women's Day, and it's titled, We Are Women. They say women are fools, but the truth is, that's old news. Because this generation of women found their voice, and for that, we rejoice. It was not so long ago my grandmother didn't have a choice. She must do as she was told, or else she will be forced. They said cooking and cleaning was her only job, and to obey, she must. But now I tell you, she looks down from the heavens with a huge smile on her face, seeing her children fulfilling all the hopes and dreams. This generation of women decided to continue the fight for independence. This generation of women decided to not only have hope, but to strive to achieve the once impossible. We decided to not just be women that only cook and clean. We decided to be women that did all of those things and more. We decided to be women that walk in high heels, but also fry the snapper fish to perfection, and it always tastes damn good. We decided to stand in front of thousands with a voice of our own, preaching into existence word of affirmation that still stand the test of time. And this brings me back to what a famous writer once said by the name of Chimamanda. We teach girls to shrink themselves, to make themselves smaller. We say to girls, you can have ambition, but not too much. You can aim to be successful, but not too successful, as you would threaten the man. Young girls, never shrink yourselves, and continue to work hard and stay in school, and be successful as you can be and as you want to be. We decided to educate ourselves and also clean our flaws, not because we were told or forced to, but because we know cleanliness is next to godliness. But you see, men will say women are the weaker sex, and we might not be strong enough to handle the pain and hurt in the world. Men will say women are fragile. We cannot make important decisions as we might not be smart enough. But let me tell these men something. As women, we know pain and accept it. We were born with pain built in, and we carry it within ourselves all through our lives. As women, we go through the pain of childbirth at night and also have a smile on our faces the next morning when the neighbors come by to congratulate us. We go through menstrual pain at the end of each month. And even when we are in that pain, we'll make sure dinner is prepared and served and on the dinner table for all the family to enjoy. We still continue to exist even when most times the difficult changes our body experiences after childbirth makes us insecure. And that insecurity stares us in the face anytime we're in the shower looking at the mirror and there's nothing we can do about it. Or wait, didn't you know that even when we breastfeed our babies, they most times want to bite our nipples off? And that's pain. It's like an electric shock to the brain. But we still continue to breastfeed them as we can endure any type of pain. And that pain even makes us stronger. As women, our minds are sharp and our brains work clockwise. So even though we might not have the highest IQ, we can still change minds and turn heads as we see please. Didn't you all learn that lesson from Adam? As women, we are smart enough to bend the wheel of men and make them dance to a tune. Oh wait, didn't you also learn that lesson from Samson? Because I'm sure Delilah make it pretty clear. So let's get this straight. Women don't need protection or direction because most of the things that actually scare us, you don't have the power to change or redirect and protect us from them. The only thing we really need and ask from you is your love and support. For as women, we are born with the ultimate power of strong will, a beautiful mind, and a nurturing spirit. Happy International Women's Day. Thank you. And don't forget, you mess with us, we will lock you up.
Sit down, please. Thank you. Thank you. That was so wonderful. We're going to have a short break, a music break before we continue with the second session. But then just in reference to what Adiale mentioned about Adam, I saw a post on TikTok by a reverend saying, there is no certainty of the amount of time that Eve gave the apple to Adam after she ate the apple. And God said the apple was from the tree of what? The tree of what? Tree of knowledge. So the reverend said, if possible, Sesef, if we don't eat the apple 6 years, 7 years, I don't know nothing, you don't explore. Now I can get Adam now say, you don't slow for me comfort, yeah? So you keep up the pace. So never make that mistake that women are not smart. The only thing is, Eve could have actually had that apple, and if we don't be selfish with them and carry all of the knowledge, but at the end of the day, we get sorry at too much. It does not make us weak. It does not make us weak. We have so much courage. We are so strong, but we're too loving and caring, and don't take advantage of that. Thank you so much, Adialine. We're supposed to have Flawless, song done by Beyonce. Probably will help us recalibrate, we set for the second session.
Kelly and Ashley.
The seats look empty. If you can hear me, if you're out of the auditorium and you can hear me, can you please come back in so we can settle to start the second session? Most of the bobo that you see there and they don't go, but it's okay. We move on. Yes. We move on. Please come back in so we move with the second segment. While waiting on you all to get settled, I'll start introducing our second panelists for today. And they're going to be discussing a very, very, very important topic. And it says, years from now, the role of women in shaping the sustainable future of Freetown. Years from now, the role of women in shaping the sustainable future of Freetown. When I got the one that say why it's limited to Freetown. Do you know what Freetown is celebrating this week? Do you know what Freetown is celebrating this week? Who knows? Can someone help me, please? Yes, my dear. Clap for her, please. Freetown is 230 years old this week on the 11th of March. So it's a whole week of celebration. Yesterday, the celebration was launched by the mayor. Today, it's followed by a symposium on Women's Day for you beautiful and strong young women. Then you say na girl picking they turn woman also so. And it's so important to catch them young because most of all the big women they now we granny then we don't make the mistake, right? So now for me now all the mistakes they be corrected. So this is very, very much important, very apt, very necessary, and so far so good. Una don't pay attention, una not cause noise. It's been interesting. Okay, so the women who will be discussing this topic are, the first person is an entrepreneur, accomplished author, results-oriented international development and public administration professional. She has substantive experience in psychology, gender education, global public policy, and management. She has proven track record of success offering senior policy advisory services to governments, bilateral and multilateral institutions, NGOs, CSO, on a broad spectrum of development issues. In this regard, she served as special gender advisor to the erstwhile President, Dr. Ernest Bai Koroma, and spearheaded the Gender Equality and Women's Empowerment National Policy in Agenda for Prosperity, PRSP 3. At regional level, she served as vice chairperson of the UNECA Bureau on Women Representing West Africa. Are you listening? I hear murmurs. All right, thank you. She holds a BSc Honors in Psychology, MA Education, Gender and International Development, Executive Masters, Public Administration, specializing in global public policy and management. She is a mother, happily divorced. She loves cooking, fine dining, dancing, and cigars. She is a renowned woman. Renowned women and girls' rights activist, and several awards to her name. My darlings, put your hands together as you help me welcome Madam Nasu Fofana. Don't stop until she sits. Yes, thank you. If we don't cheer ourselves, who will cheer us? No one. We're in this together, right? Right. So the second lady is a school-going pupil as well, just like Alimatu, attending the Excel International High School as an SS1 art student. She is an ambassador for the National First and Second Time Voters Program. She loves reading and she loves dancing, and she is Medisha Toure. Remember, we get deal. Don't stop until they sit. But you don't sit on now. Thank you. And our final panelist for the second segment is another beautiful woman. She currently works as the Chief Commercial Officer at Leone SL Limited. She's a visionary director with significant experience in developing relationships and partnerships, servicing accounts, and boosting company profits. She holds a science, technology, engineering, and mathematics education in Sierra Leone, and increase the percentage and participation of women in STEM fields. She's also the founder of Women to Watch, an organization that celebrates women who have made significant contributions to their community and who are distinguished leaders in their professions. She owns a clothing boutique at 83 Campbell Street and is the creative director of a clothing line. If I call it clothing line, I'm going to know that it'd be one thing. So I'd wait. Her clothing line specializes in designing African clothes that are sophisticated, luxurious, and chic for all occasions. Some of her other accomplishments include Queen's Young Leader Award recipient, One Young World Ambassador, Chevening alumna, and Tech Woman alumna. Now I can call the clothing line. The clothing line is Kumba. This woman is Madam Kumba Musa.